Hi, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and I've got one of my favorite non-rock and roll posters here of all time. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous early Ella Fitzgerald piece starring Chick Webb. And I had this poster many years ago, had to trade it away in a big trade from another venue, and so happy to get it back. I mean, just look at it. The graphics are just so outstanding. It's so nice. In fact, I'll do a top-to-bottom scan to start things off. Cellar and Park, of course, that's the tour blank part that's printed in, but when you get to the orange and the black, that is the bulk of the poster. And then, in fact, look at Chick Webb's face. Isn't that an amazing artistic rendition? They chose to do those over photographs back then, and what angular features and what realism and everything from just the use of orange and brown and some blue for his eyebrows and white. You know, I just love that image. It's great. So really an attractive poster, very popular with poster collectors for its image. And then you get down to the bottom of the poster and you have the real star of the show, I suppose. There she is. Wow. Featuring 21-year-old, let me get her a little bit better centered, 21-year-old Ella Fitzgerald at the bottom of the poster. Not quite an afterthought, more like a medium thought and soon to be a major thought, but we'll get to that in a second. Chick Webb himself, boy, what a story. He was a major band leader in the 1930s in his own right, even before he added Ella Fitzgerald as his lead singer. An untested talent, but he took a chance on her, paid off big for both of them. Chick Webb was best known for being extremely short. He was 4 feet something, and he had a hunchback due to an earlier injury as a child. And very popular big band leader, though. Endless energy, a real, go-getter, a major multitasker and socializer and everything else, and just led a beautiful band. And unfortunately, he died at age 30 from complications from his injury as a child. And it was in 1939 that he passed away, so the year after this poster. And that's when Ella started her solo career after Chick passed away. So anyway, he was just really, really respected. Even though he died at age 30, he actually managed to wax, if you will, 220 songs. So there's a lot of him in recorded history. Now let me show you, Chick is also so respected. There was a recent 90-minute documentary released on his life called The Savoy King. And this is just a flyer for that. I just have a test pressing of the DVD. I don't have the real DVD to show you, but as you can see, The Savoy King there. It's a new 90-minute full-length feature documentary. And check out this talent. Chick Webb's voice is done by Bill Cosby. And it also features the voices of Billy Crystal and Danny Glover and Jeff Goldblum and Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts, both not surprising and surprisingly cool, and even Janet Jackson doing the voice of a young Ella Fitzgerald. So a lot of talent, and it just goes to show you how respected this drummer and bandleader Chick Webb was. And it's a really entertaining documentary, by the way, really well done. So you've got Ella at the bottom of this poster. And what's kind of interesting is that this being a tour blank, it was actually used for a couple of years and had slightly different configurations. Now, this is where it really gets into the detail, and I admit it's a bit picayune, but you see Ella's name there at the bottom? It's pretty widespread across the bottom of the poster, 1938. Well, here's an image of the same poster from 1937, okay? So it's a small image, sorry about that. I hope you can make out something here. And you'll have to take my word for it. This is from Ogden, Utah. You can see it's a June 11th there with the big 11. But Ella's name, featuring Ella Fitzgerald at the bottom, is actually smaller than it is on my poster from 38, because she was really an unproven talent then. And it's so funny the way they can change these tour blanks by the smallest amount. Her name was widened by a good couple of inches for the next year's Chick Webb tour blanks and the one I just showed you. So I think that's pretty funny. And one of the reasons, by the way, she was widened for the 1938 poster is that if you've seen any of my videos, you know how big I am on this. A great time, just a great time in Chick and Ella's career, because at the time of this concert, in July of 1938, the #1 record in the country was A Tisket a Tasket. Ella's first big hit, but of course it was really a Chick Webb and Ella record at the time, and it was #1 for 10 weeks, and it had just come out in mid-June, so it hadn't been out long, but it just lodged at #1 at the time of the show. And as a matter of fact, A Tisket a Tasket was the biggest selling record of the 1930s, the entire decade. And I don't care if you're an 18-year-old punk rocker, you've heard A Tisket a Tasket. Let's face it, it's part of the American songbook and the general musical lexicon period. So I just love it when a concert poster falls really nice into a recording artist's career, and it certainly does with Tisket a Tasket and this concert poster. Now, to give you another idea of how Chick and Ella were presenting themselves in this year, 1938, let's jump ahead a couple of months to September of 38. This is the Hartford Courant newspaper, and here is an ad, if I can get it in the screen there, for, sure, there it is, Chick, Webb, and Ella Fitzgerald. Check that out. They're billed as Harlem's hottest entertainers, and they were there for 5 days at the State Theater in Hartford, or at least 5 days, I should say. And my poster here doesn't have ticket prices, but boy, does this. And are you ready for this? 20 cents admission until 1 p.m., 25 cents till 5:30 p.m., and the evenings were a whole 40 cents admission. And it says in this ad, it says on there, a 90-minute show. So that is just simply amazing. And I think the graphics on this is really cool too. The poster doesn't have Ella's face, but this newspaper ad does. And it's really, really a nice representation. So here we have it though, 38 window card for Chick and Ella. What a team they were. And boy, Ella really struck out on her own and did great once he passed away. What happened was, when he was a child, it's a sad story. He fell down the steps because his grandma was approaching off in the distance and the kids were scrambling to go run and say hi to grandma. And he fell down the steps and broke his back, and he got tuberculosis of the spine, and so he was always hunched over from that point onward. In fact, he walked like a chicken, and that morphed into just calling him Chick, which was a cute nickname. I guess he didn't mind. I guess he embraced it. And then, indeed, the next year, at age 30, he finally died from complications from the whole mess, if you will. So, but America was great to have him. The whole music world was, I should say, fortunate to have him. And luckily, Ella lived on, of course, for decades and decades. And Chick, well, we'll just have to say we were glad to have him for 1 decade. And glad they made such beautiful concert posters. This one's a real favorite of mine. It's just a killer. I know I say that a lot, but boy, I tell you, I really, really mean it. I mean, just look at those graphics. It's just so special. It's so great. So anyway, thanks a lot for, looks like my head's about equal to Chick there. Nice to be with you today. Thanks for coming by, and hope you enjoyed the poster, and be tough to top this one, especially outside the rock realm, but I'll see what I can do next time, and I hope you'll stop by to see what comes of it. Okay, thanks a lot. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.